party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Dante is easily one of the most recognizable video game characters in pretty much all of video games. He is a showboater, over-the-top action, and his games have pretty much defined the action genre in the video game world. The Devil May Cry series have been a personal favorite of mine, and something that back in 2001 when the first game came out was something unlike anybody had ever seen before. Now, the reason why I think Dante would do good in the Superpower Beatdown series is because they've taken a lot of characters that are pretty amazing and over-the-top and powerful as it is, but nothing as close, cool, and stylish as what Dante can bring to the table, and also of giving the stunt team and the special effects guys more to do and to take the series even further to the next level. Like I already stated, Bat in the Sun has done some amazing work with their Superpower Beatdown series, and quite frankly, the Batman and Vader fight was a really good one. I really loved that, and the Master Chief versus Captain America was one that I was actually looking forward to, and that was really well done. I enjoyed that one as well, and even the White Ranger Scorpion battle, like, that was insane. I mean, I can't wait for the Green Ranger vs. Ryu one. But honestly, I gotta admit, when it comes to Dante and everything, it's more of like,
I don't like anybody who has a bigger mouth than mine.
Oh, yeah, well, anyway, like I said, when it comes to Dante, he's just an over-the-top character that everybody loves. If you haven't played the franchise, but you're big into video games, especially within like the last, 10, 15 years, you've probably heard of Devil May Cry and Dante himself. I mean, he's popped up in various other games too. He was in Beautiful Joe. He made his fighting game debut in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which had me really excited. I just really can't use his character that well. His buttons are very different. But as for a character for a Beatdown, I think it would be really good. It wouldn't be the first video game character they've done, honestly. But again, I think that if they were really to just sit down, think wisely about this on how things were supposed to be, I think they could actually do this really good, because Dante has a massive array of weapons, and if you were going to do a Dante from any of the 4 Devil May Cry games, I would definitely do the Devil May Cry 3 Dante, because that is like the core essential best Dante they've done. I mean, I do like the one from Devil May Cry 4 as well. But again, he's got a massive array of weapons. His fights are always interesting to watch, whether he shows off against bosses, fighting his own brother and everything, you know. It's really good, and I think there are a lot of characters out there that could, be good fighting opponents for Dante. Like, I mean, hell, I know that Deadpool wouldn't have a chance against him, but in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, they're technically considered rivals, which that would be kind of cool. A couple of my buddies suggested that, Kratos from God of War would be a good choice too, because, because much like Kratos, Dante pretty much can't be killed at all, it seems.
Bugs the crap out of me when someone talks more than I do.
Well, as a fan of the franchise, and of movies and all-around martial arts and action stuff too, I would think that as a filmmaker, you would want to keep pushing the envelope, do different things, don't get stale, kind of like try different things new, and pretty much Devil May Cry is as new as you can get for these guys. I mean, with the flashy moves, the techniques, and pretty much all around the badassness that is Dante, like of how he is, his cool factor, doesn't let anything bother him, he's always on top of things, he never shows distress. It would be a very interesting beatdown if you could find somebody equal to his level of strength and his comedy style, pretty much, his laid-back attitude. Either way, I would personally think that they could do a good job with it. I mean, if you couldn't find anybody and you wanted just to redo the fights and stuff like that, you could throw Virgil into the fights as well. I mean, again, we all know how it turned out in the Devil May Cry series for the 2 brothers and everything, but regardless, think about who you would want these for Dante to face off against, because that's the real important issue, is who would he be funny and good to fight against? Who is somebody other than, like I said, Deadpool? Who would be good enough to stand toe-to-toe with the legendary Son of Sparda? Seriously, who could you choose? Now that is the big question. Who is qualified to play Dante? Well, it's no surprise that my pick would be Reuben Langdon. This is the guy who actually dressed up as Dante for Devil May Cry 3, did the voice, did the motion capture, as you can tell from the video here. He is the living, breathing embodiment of Dante. This guy is a martial artist, he's been to Japan, he has his own stunt company, if I remember correctly. He truly loves what he does, and when you get somebody like that who's that close with the character, I mean, he says he always likes to play the character he voices when it comes to motion capture, or if he does motion capture, he wants to do the voice of that character. Quite frankly, there really is only one other person that can come to mind when it comes to dealing with this kind of stuff. But for right now, like I said, Reuben Langdon would be my top pick if he was available. He, like I said, is the living embodiment of Dante. Everything he does for the fans, and he is dedicated to martial arts, which also makes him great to play Dante, because Dante does a lot of martial arts-like moves, and there's nobody really better than the guy who helped really bring Dante to light. I mean, again, Devil May Cry 1 was a huge success. 2 people were not really okay with, but when 3 came around, that's when Dante got yet another new voice actor. He did the motion capture, and he continued it into Devil May Cry 4, and also in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as well. Just watch these clips, and you'll just see how amazing he really is. My second choice would be Chiro from Italy. He's a very fantastic cosplayer who, like as you can tell from the pictures here, he is probably the best Dante on the planet next to Reuben Langdon. This guy goes all out when it comes to the cosplay. Now, I've followed his work, I've seen what he's been doing, and he makes his own props, his outfits, everything. This guy is fantastic from start to finish. He seriously loves his fans that he has, because he's gained a huge following, because he looks like one of the most iconic video game characters of all time. You know, and it's not just that he looks the part, you know, he's got the shape and everything, and he's got the cosplay craft where he can craft all the weapons. No. As you can tell from the video that's playing right now, in what you're actually about to see in a few seconds, is the fact that this guy, much like Reuben Langdon, is a martial artist. I've seen some of the videos he's posted about training with swords and fighting and everything like that, and he is just, like, no, legit, he is the other Dante. Now, I'm sure there are other Dantes out there and everything. Like, I'm a Dante cosplayer myself, but I can't touch the level that these guys have done and everything, you know? Personally, I really respect Leon for a lot of the things he's done with the character, being able to devote so much time and energy into doing such a fantastic cosplay. And that's another reason why I respect him as a cosplayer, because he talks back to people. You know, I've talked to him a couple times myself, and quite frankly, like I said, he's really good, and the photographers that he gets to work with are amazing, and hopefully my dream one day is to work with him if he ever comes to America, maybe like any of the Boston conventions or the New York conventions that I go to. But regardless, I think that he would also be able to do it if, you know, the guys from Bat in the Sun could fly him out from Italy. You know, I know that's kind of expensive, because I'm pretty sure Bat in the Sun is filmed out in California, and from California to Italy, or vice versa, that ain't no joke for the price. And so that's my input for Dante being in Superpower Beatdown. So, what do you all think about that?
I'm absolutely crazy about it!
Well, again, you've all heard what I've had to say, so please like and subscribe, because it's free, and in this day and age, free's a damn good thing. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm One Big Boss, and I will see you all next time.
Check.